This conference will now be recorded.
Let me start the today's session. Yesterday, what we have covered. So, I think we started discussing object-oriented programming in Java. Am I correct? Steps involved in writing first program in Java. That is the point what we are covering. Already, I have shared some material also with everyone. Let me open that material. So this is the material what I shared yesterday. I will upload in the drive also. So what is the object-oriented programming in Java? What is step one? Step one is not required every day to perform. Please create one directory. On day one, the directory or a folder will act as a default package. So where I have created in my computer, in the D drive, I just created one folder called JB Java batch. I have just created one folder called JB Java batch, right? So step one is over. Coming to the step two, developing the Java program. That means how to write one Java program. So to develop any Java program, first of all, we require some text editor. To type your Java program, some text editor is required. For that, you can use either Edit Plus or Notepad or any application which you feel comfortable. You can use any kind of editor software, no problem at all. But for my convenience sake, here I am using Edit Plus software. So Edit Plus, select the file menu, select the new file, normal text only I took. Open any text editor, preferably Edit Plus or Notepad. Type the Java source code, save it with any name, but file extension must be .java. File extension must be .java. I think yesterday already we did one program, a small program called first.java, I think. Sir, without knowing any Java fundamentals, how can I write the Java program? No problem. Either in C, C++ or even in the Java also, what is the entry point of the program? Main is the entry point of the program. So that's why I wrote void main. Sir, why should you are writing void? Again, we are going to discuss that point very clearly and very soon. Now, once the typing is over, can you please save the file with any name? But the file extension must be .java. Have a look once. Any name you can select, no problem, but extension must be .java. It is compulsory. It is a mandatory for the Java program. But remember, for C, .c is not compulsory. If you want, you can try, no problem. Without .c also, you can run your C programs. Any extension you can give, it will work. But in the Java, it will not work. So whatever the program you have developed in this step, it is called as source code or compilation unit. That means this is the file which we are going to submit to the compiler, and compiler can convert that human understandable code into some other intermediate code. Sir, this process is done by compiler. So that's why the process is called as a compilation. But you know what compiler will do? Sir, compiler, while converting the program written by you into some intermediate code, it will cross check whether your program is written according to the rules and regulations of the Java or not. Whether you are following the Java rules very strictly or not, it will cross check. Suppose if your program at somewhere you are not following the Java rules and regulation, then automatically compiler is going to raise some error. Whatever the error generated by the compiler is nothing but a syntax error. It is nothing but a syntax. Syntax means the grammatical rules of that Java programming language is nothing but a syntax. As you all know, when you want to write one paragraph in English, definitely you have to follow the grammar specified by that language called English. If you do not follow any grammar, your teacher will make so many underlines where you did mistake with a red pen and you are supposed to correct them. So here our teacher is nothing but a compiler. Compiler will cross check every line, every part of the statement, whether you are following the Java rules and regulations or not. Any rule is violated, then compiler will raise some error. Those errors are nothing but syntax errors. Those errors are nothing but syntax errors. Now, coming to the step 3. Sir, what is step 3? Now, can you please compile your Java program? To compile the Java program, open the DOS prompt, means command prompt. Okay. Start menu. To open the DOS prompt, there is one shortcut called CMD. Sir, this is the DOS prompt. Okay, I have opened my DOS prompt. And make that directory as the current working directory in which our Java source code is stored. What is that? Once if the command prompt is opened, DOS prompt is opened, can you please make that directory as the current working directory in which our Java source code is stored? Sir, what is mean by make that directory as a current working directory? Sir, our current working directory is nothing but JB. What is that? JB. In the D drive. In the D drive, we have one folder called JB, Java batch folder. In that folder, from today onwards up to the end of the course, I am going to save every program in that folder only. So can you please make that directory as a current working directory? Why not? Sir, on one shortcut I will tell you. Close this. One shortcut I will tell you. Open my computer. Open D drive. Sir, open JB Java batch. Now let us go to this part. Let us go to this part. Sir, let us move to this part. Now click on that. Type CMD. Sir, directly type CMD. Now can you please observe that command prompt is open and cursor is blinking at the folder what you have created yesterday. Sir, it is nothing but current working directory. It is nothing but current working directory. Sir, where this cursor is blinking? After the folder name called JB Java batch. Now what is step 3? So make the directory as a current working directory. Yes, it is already done. Now at this you are supposed to give some command called Java C followed by Java program name. Okay, we are supposed to enter Java C followed by what is your program name? Sir, what is your program name? Program name is nothing but first.java. Program is name is nothing but first.java. Sir, Java C first.java. To compile your Java program, we have to run a command called Java C command followed by your program name. Now you know internally what will happen? Sir, this Java C command is given to your operating system, and your operating system, it will thoroughly verify in your computer, did you install the Java software or not? In that, where is Java compiler software? Where is Java compiler? Sir, if Java compiler is identified by OS, then this program will be handed over to the Java compiler. So this is the program in which the code is written by Pawan sir in the English like statement. Can you please convert that into some intermediate code? So this conversion can be done by compiler. In order to activate the Java compiler, who will take care of that? OS will take care of that. Sir, how OS will take care of? Whenever this command is executed at command line, automatically it will be reach the OS and OS will invoke Java compiler process. You know what will happen? You know what will happen? Sir, when I compile the program, Is there any mistakes in my program? Am I following Java rules and regulations strictly? Can you please observe that? If you are not following, you are going to get an error. Sir, if you are not following, you are going to get an error. Sir, I got one error. I got one error. Sir, can you please tell me what is the meaning of this error? Can you please tell me what is the meaning of this error? According to the Java rules and regulations, every executable line, every single line must be within the class or within the interface or within the enum. Sir, I don't know what is an interface. I don't know what is an enum. Okay, forget about that. Remember, sir, why object orientation becomes very popular? Why object orientation becomes popular when compared to the procedure orientation? Becomes popular when compared to the procedure orientation. Sir, because one reason is there, that is the encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Processing of or combining the data and eligible code that act upon the data into a single unit of organization. Sir, it is a theoretical phenomena. How can I implement this encapsulation in my Java program? Sir, there is something called class and object concept is there. With the class and object, we could able to implement encapsulation. Sir, without encapsulation, if you don't implement encapsulation in your Java program, then your Java program will never be called like object-oriented programming language. So in every Java program, what must be implemented? Encapsulation must be implemented. Sir, how to implement encapsulation in the Java? With a concept called class. Now anyone tell me, in our current program, what is missing? Class is missing. You didn't define a class. You didn't define a class. Means that, sir, in the Java program, even main function also must be encapsulated within the class only. So silently you have to write one class. Silently you have to write one class. And can you please keep this code? Can you please keep this code inside of this class? But remember, every class will have some name. Sir, every structure will have some name, like that. Every class will have some name. Sir, while writing or while developing a program, Java program, for some elements, we are supposed to assign some name. For some elements, we are supposed to assign some name. For variables, for functions, for classes, for interfaces, for packages. Are you getting my point here? Sir, while developing a Java program, we are supposed to give names to elements. We are supposed to give names to the elements. Sir, what are those elements? Can you please tell me what are those elements? Variables, classes, methods, packages, interfaces, etc. But currently we are talking about a class. Sir, while writing the Java program, sometimes for some elements we are supposed to give some names. But remember, sir, while naming any element, there are certain rules are there. Sir, in a program, named element is nothing but identifier, sir. Sir, in this batch, suppose if 50 members are there, if I want to call one person, how should I call? By using his name only. How can I identify one person with his name only? So identification purpose, we are going to use names. So in Java program, generally named elements are referred as identifier. So your variable will be having name, classes also will be having name, methods also will be having name, packages also will be having name, interfaces also will be having name. So while naming any element, can we have any rules and regulation? Yes, why not? Definitely we are going to have some rules and regulation, you know what are the rules and regulation? Sir, name must contain either lowercase alphabet or uppercase alphabet, or it may contain digits also, and some special symbols. You know what are the special symbols? Underscore and also dollar symbol, Sir, your name must contain any alphabet, lowercase or uppercase, and even digits are also allowed. Special symbols are allowed. Sir, in that special symbol, only two symbols are allowed. One is underscore, another one is a dollar symbol, sir. Sir, can I start any name with the digit? No. Always a name must start with an alphabet only. Always a name must start with an alphabet only. Sir, always a name must start with an alphabet only. It may be lowercase or it may be uppercase. From second letter onwards, it may be alphanumeric, sir. It may be alphanumeric. So from the second letter onwards, happily you can use either alphabet or even digit, or you can use a dollar symbol, or you can use underscore also. And next one, no special symbols are allowed. No special symbols are allowed except two symbols. One is underscore, another one is a dollar. Sir, another one is a dollar. No special symbols are allowed except underscore. And remember, no spaces are allowed. Sir, no spaces are allowed within the name. No spaces are allowed within the name. And also, sir, keywords cannot be used. Keywords cannot be used for naming purpose, sir. Keywords cannot be used for naming purpose. Naming purpose. Sir, it is highly recommended. It is highly recommended. Length must be, sir, length of the name must be as short or as simple as possible. Sir, as simple as possible. Sir, don't give too much lengthy, don't select too much lengthy names for an identifier. It is highly recommended. Length of the name must be as simple as possible. Otherwise, there is no restriction on the length of the name. So remember, sir, when you want to name a class, when you want to name a variable, when you want to name a method, otherwise when you want to name an interface or enum, sir, wherever if you want to name an element in the Java, we are having the following rules and regulation. What is that? Sir, name must contain the following things only. Sir, can I start the name with a digit? No, it must start with alphabet only. Sir, from second letter onwards, can I use anything? Happily you can use the lowercase, uppercase, digit, special symbol, anything. But no special symbols are allowed except these two symbols called underscore and dollar symbol. Sir, is that spaces are allowed between the name? No. Or within the name? No. Sir, can I use keywords? Can I use keywords? Can I use keywords for naming purpose? No. You are not allowed to use keyword for naming purpose. I think almost in the Java around we have something called 52 keywords are there. Almost 52 keywords. And highly recommended, length of the name must be as simple as possible. And one more thing, sir, Java is case sensitive, sir. Java is case sensitive. Case sensitive. Sir, what is mean by case sensitive? For example, sir, there is one variable called int variable is there. Assume like, sir, there is one variable called int variable whose name is x. Sir, in the program, sir, x equals to x plus 23, I write one statement. Sir, I just write one statement, x equals to x plus 3. Sir, immediately compiler is going to write some error. I don't know what is this symbol, because at the time of creating a variable, you have used lowercase, but at the time of using a variable, you are trying to use uppercase. Sir, Java is case sensitive. Lowercase and uppercase letters are treated differently. Case sensitive. Lowercase and uppercase letters are treated differently. Case sensitive. So by keeping all the above things in the mind, sir, by keeping all the above points in the mind, come to our program. Sir, when I compile the program, what it is saying that in the Java program, even main method also must be encapsulated within the class. Sir, I used one term called method. Sir, what is a method? Method is nothing but a function defined inside a class. Yesterday, I have given explanation about this. Sir, any function defined inside a class is called as a method. So what Java is saying that even main method also must be encapsulated. How to implement encapsulation? By using a concept called class. For every class, compulsory we have to write one name. Is it a class student? Is it class employee? Is it class account? Or is it class first program? Generally, we are supposed to give some name to a class. So then come to the point, while naming, is that Java is going to propose any rules, specific rules for naming any element? Yes, we are having some specific rules are there. Sir, these are the rules to be followed very strictly. And there is some convention is there. Sir, there is some convention. Sir, there is some convention saying that, sir, always class name must start with uppercase alphabet only. Always class name must start with uppercase alphabet only. Sir, is it a compulsory or convention? Convention means everybody will follow the same style. Please make it a compulsion. Your life will be very happy. Sir, it is not compulsory. It is a conventional rule. So whenever if you want to assign some name to the class, sir, that name must start with an alphabet. It should be in the uppercase alphabet. And next one, if a class name contains more than one word, every word first letter should be capital letter. Sir, every word first letter should be capital letter. Sir, this is the conventional rule generally while assigning some name to a class. Now let us come to our Java program. Sir, let us come to our Java program. I want to give some name to this class. Sir, this is nothing but welcome. Did you observe that? Sir, what is the name I have assigned to this class? Welcome. First letter is in the capital. Sir, is it contains more than one word? No. Suppose if it is contains more than one word, every word first letter should be in the capital. Now let me save the program. Now let us come to the compilation once again. Now Java C, what is the program name? First.java. Now so many people are having some doubt. If you already know Java, sir, is that a class name and your program name must be the same? Sir, is it compulsory? Your program name must be equal to the class name? There is no such compulsory rule. Sir, your class name may be different. And you can save the program with a different name also, no problem at all. There is no compulsory rule. Your program must be, whose name must be equal to the class name. There is no specific compulsory rule. There is no such kind of rule is in Java. Now let me compile the program once again. I want to cross check, is there any syntactical mistakes are there in the program? Now observe that. What is that? I started method. Now remove that extra line. Have a look once. Now tell me, is that compiler is shouting me? Hello Pawan, you are having some error in line number 10, line number 2, line number 3. Is that compiler is shouting me? No, because now your program is syntactically correct. According to the Java rules and regulations, you have write one program, you developed one program beautifully. That's why compiler is not shouting you. No error came. No error came. Now coming to the next one. Sir, by typing javac command, we are invoking Java compiler process. To the Java compiler, we are giving source code as a input. If our program is everything is correct syntactically, we will get one or more class files. Sir, if your program is syntactically correct, we get one or more class files, sir. Sir, what is the meaning of one or more class files? What is the meaning of one or more class files? Let me explain internally what will happen. Let me explain internally what will happen. Sir, the name of the program is first.java. Sir, in the first.java, the Java program is developed by using English-like statements. When I handed over the program to the Java compiler software, when I handed over the program to the Java compiler process, compiler can convert the English-like statements into some kind of intermediate code. Sir, what is the intermediate code? Sir, this intermediate code is neither human understandable nor computer understandable. It is not understandable to me and it is not understandable to your computer also. Sir, Java compiler can convert your total program. What you developed your program in the English-like statement will be converted into some intermediate code. Some kind of intermediate code. Sir, that code will be saved. Sir, that code will be saved in some other file. That code will be saved in some other file. But remember, every file will have compulsory one name. Sir, what is the name given to this file? Can you please tell me what is the name given to this file? First.java. First.java. Most of the students will have a confusion that this Java compiler is going to generate a file whose extension is a dot class. Sir, what is the extension to this program? .java. Like that, Java compiler will create one separate file to store this intermediate code generated, and the file name extension will be dot class file. And most of the students are assuming that whatever the program name is there, with that name new file is created, first.class file. It's a blender. Sir, it is a blender. It is a blender. So in your program, with what name you developed the class? Sir, what is the name given to the class in your program? With that name, one file is created, one separate file. Sir, what is the name given to class in my Java program? Welcome dot class. Sir, I will prove that also. I will show you practically. Sir, after compilation, some file is generated whose name is your class name dot class, welcome dot class. Sir, what is this welcome dot class contain? Some kind of intermediate code, neither human understandable nor computer understandable. Now let me show you whether it is a right one or wrong one. Let me show you something. dir. Have a look once, everyone. Have a look once, everyone. Sir, welcome dot class file is there. Welcome dot class file is there. Sir, this welcome dot class file contains what? Some intermediate code. So that intermediate code is nothing but, sir, byte code. What is that? Byte code. Byte code. Sir, what is mean by byte code? your total Java program will be converted into some intermediate code of instruction, where every instruction will occupy 1 byte of memory, where every instruction will occupy exactly 1 byte. That's why it is called as a byte code. So after compilation from your Java program, what is generated? Sir, byte code is generated. That a byte code will be stored in one file whose name must be whatever name you have created the class. With that class, one file is generated. Sir, in my program, I developed a class called welcome. So with that welcome, one file is generated with extension .class file. Now, coming to the material, sir, you said that sometimes one .class file is created, sometimes more class files also generated. I didn't understand that. Can you please elaborate? Sir, can you please elaborate? Sir, I didn't understand. Just now I came to know that how one .class file is generated, but you mentioned that more .class files also will be generated. Can you please elaborate this point? If you ask like, now let me open another new program. Otherwise, let me open, is there any second.java? Sir, this is my second.java program. Sir, there is something called class T, class A, class B, class Z. Sir, first of all, can I define more than one class within a single Java program? For the question, can I define more than one class? Can I define more than one class within a single Java program? Answer is yes. You can write more than one class, no problem at all. You can write more than one class within the Java program, no problem at all. Now, can anyone tell me, is there any main function or main method in any one of the class? Is there any main function in any one of the class? Is there any main function in any one of the class? No. Sir, we don't have any main. Sir, we don't have any main in any class, sir. Now let me ask you one simple interview question. Java C, how to compile the program? Java C command followed by space, name of the program, second.java. Anyone tell me in the batch, if I compile Java C second.java without writing main function, now I am going to get error or not? Can you please guess, anyone? Yes or no? Can we get error or not? Yes or no? Can I get any error or not? Sir, I didn't write any main function. Now observe that whether I am going to get any error or not. Have a look once. No error came. So in the interview, people will ask you. Is that a compiler can cross check? Whether Java program contains a main method or not? What is your answer? Now tell me, is that a compiler can cross check whether Java program contains main method or not? Yes or no? No. Sir, compiler will never bother about main. Compiler will never bother about whether you wrote main method or not. It is not the duty of compiler. Now coming to the program. Now anyone tell me, sir, if the program name is second.java, now tell me what is the name of the .class file generated? Just now I said that after compilation dot class file is generated. Anyone tell me if the name of the program is second.java, what will be the name of the dot class file? Anyone in the batch? Is it a second dot class file or not? Can you please tell me, is it a second dot class file or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Somebody is saying yes, somebody is saying no. Remember, sir, file names are not converted into the dot class file. File names are not converted into the dot class file. Please observe that file names are not converted into the dot class file. Instead of that, in your program, how many classes are there? Those many dot class files will be generated with the name called t dot class file, a dot class file, b dot class file, z dot class file. How many classes are there in your program? Those many dot class files will be generated. Now, can you please cross check? Can you please cross check? Sir, t dot class file, z dot class file, a dot class file, b dot class file. Now, tell me, everyone, do you understand the point? After compilation, sometimes only one dot class file will be generated. Sometimes more dot class files will be generated. Sir, when your program contains only single class, with that class name, only one dot class file will be generated. But in the Java program, if you are having more than one class, for every class, one separate dot class file will be generated with the class name. Now let us come to the first.java. Let us come to our first program called first.java. Sir, I understood very clearly. I understood that very clearly. Sir, Java compiler. Let me take some paint. So what is happening here? Can anyone tell me what is happening? Sir, whenever one minute. So whenever, if my program name is first.java, sir, if my program name is first.java, when this program is submitted to the when this program is submitted to the when this program is submitted to the Java compiler, when this program is submitted to the Java compiler, what Java compiler will do? It will generate some intermediate code. Sir, it will generate some kind of intermediate code. Sir, that intermediate code is nothing but a byte code. This byte code, sir, this byte code will be saved in a file with extension dot class file, sir, with an extension dot class. Sir, this byte code is neither human understandable nor computer understandable. Now coming to the next step. Sir, program execution. How to execute our Java program? Sir, to execute Java program, can you please type the following command at a dash prompt? What is the command? Java space initial class name. Sir, this is one more interview question. What is initial class name? What is initial class name? Sir, what is initial class name? Now I will ask you the question. Among all these classes, what is initial class name? Anyone tell me? What is the initial class name? Anyone in the batch? Excellent. So everybody is saying that, sir, in that initial class is nothing but T. Wrong answer. Sir, as per Java standards, Initial class is nothing but, sir, a class which is defined at first, that is your English dictionary meaning. But according to the Java, in which class I have main method. Sir, in which class I have main method, that class is nothing but initial class. But it does not mean that, sir, initial class is nothing but the class which is defined first, not like that. According to the Java terminology, initial class is a class that contains, sir, initial class is a class which contains JVM understandable main method, sir. Sir, what is mean by JVM understandable main method? Let me tell you, don't worry about that point. Now let us come to the point how to execute the Java program. Sir, type the following command: Java space, sir, Java space class name. Can you please observe that? Sir, in this program, which class is having main method? What is the name of that class? Welcome. What is the name of that class? Welcome. W in the capital, you have to specify like capital only. Java space welcome. Sir, you know internally what will happen? Sir, this command will invoke one software called JVM software, sir. Java Virtual Machine. Sir, it is the software designed to run the Java programs. Do you know what it will do? Sir, this is the name of the dot class file also. Am I correct or not? Sir, this is the name of the dot class file also. Am I correct or not? Definitely. This is the name of the dot class file also. First of all, JVM will search. Is this dot class file is available in the current working directory or not? Yes, it is there. It is available in the current working directory. In this welcome class, sir, in this Java program, is there any class with the name called welcome? It is going to cross check like this. Is there any class called welcome? In that, is there any main method is there? Is there any main method is there or not? So JVM, first of all, with this name, is there any dot class file available in the current working directory or not? Then after, in the Java program, is there any class with the name called welcome? And in that, is there any main method is there? Is there any main method is there? Now observe that. Anyone? Sir, anyone tell me, can we have main method inside this class or not? Anyone tell me, can I have main method inside the welcome class or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, we have main method is there. Now observe what will happen. Sir, what is saying that main method is not found. Forget about the remaining story. Sir, main method not found. Sir, why JVM is behaving like this? I don't know. Sir, why JVM is behaving like this? Already in my Java program, I wrote one class with the name called welcome. In that, so promise, I wrote one method also, main method. But why JVM is saying that, hello Pawan, you are not having main method in the Java program? Sir, whatever the main method you have developed or you have written, whatever the main method you have written, this main method is you can understand, but who cannot understand? Sir, this is not JVM understandable main method. Sir, JVM cannot recognize the main method if it looks like void followed by main method. For your kind information, JVM can understand the main method if it looks like preceded by void, preceded by static keyboard, preceded by static, within the pair of bracket string, followed by pair of square bracket, and the name of the variable must be args. Sir, if you are having this kind of main method, then only JVM can recognize that. Now tell me, in my program, did I write main method according to this format? No. Now let me write Sir, why should we have to write? Again, I will explain. That is a different story. Why should we have to write compulsory like that? Again, a different story. Don't worry, I will explain. Public, static, void main. Sir, in the string, S is capital. String followed by para square bracket. Have a space, args. Now tell me, sir, my Java program contains JVM understandable main method or not? Yes, exactly. Whenever, if you make any change, sir, this star will come. After compilation, you did some changes to some program. Sir, after compilation, you did some changes to the current program. So please save those changes also. Whenever you made some changes, again you have to compile the program, boss. Don't forget this point. Sir, there is some movie is released into the market. Sir, once a movie is released into the market, director decided to add 2 to 3 another extra bits. 2 scenes he want to add extra. Are you getting my point here? Sir, again editing must be done or not? Compulsory, those 2 scenes must be added to your film, and again you have to edit, and again you have to do the total process. So here also, whenever for the current Java program, after compilation, if you make any changes, compulsory you have to compile the program once again. So Java C, what is the name of the program? First.java. So if there is any mistake in my program, compiler is going to raise an error. Sir, if there are no error, if there is no error in my program, what is going to be generated? Dot class file is going to be generated. How many dot class files? If your program contains only one class, only one dot class file. If your program contains multiple classes, so many dot class files. Sir, what will be the names of those dot class files? What will be the names of those dot class file? With what name you have created a class, with that name dot class files will be generated. Now after compilation, sir, how to run the program? Java followed by initial class name. Sir, what is initial class name? In my Java program, any class that contains JVM understandable main method. Sir, in the current program, which class contains JVM understandable main method? Welcome. Now you have to write welcome. Now you know what will happen? Sir, this command is given to JVM. JVM will search for welcome.class file in the current working directory. Sir, what is current working directory? So here current working directory is JB. Sir, is there any welcome.class file? Yes. It is having welcome.class file. Now then after, in your Java program, is there any class? Is there any class with a name? Sir, is there any class with the name welcome? It is going to check, is there any class with the name welcome? In that, is there any JVM understandable main method? Is there any JVM understandable main method? Sir, what is JVM understandable main method? Public, static, void, main. Sir, string S must be capital, followed by para square bracket, args, followed by open bracket, closing bracket. Sir, if this kind of JVM understandable main method is there, then happily your program will get executed. Now observe that, sir, is that if anything is violated, sir, JVM will generate one error, sir. One error. Sir, if your welcome class doesn't contain JVM understandable main method, what JVM will do? JVM will generate some error. Sir, JVM will generate some error. Now my question is, sir, this error is generated at compile time or at run time? Anyone tell me? Sir, suppose in this class, If I don't write JVM understandable main method, then JVM will raise some error. Now, what is my question? Sir, is this error is generated at a compile time or run time? Run time, correct, run time. So remember, sometimes if your Java program is violating runtime rules, then JVM will consider them as abnormal events, and JVM raise some error. Sir, these runtime errors are known as in Java known as exception. Now tell me, are you comfortable with the definition of exception? Exception is nothing but error only. Sir, exception is nothing but error only. But is this error is generated at compile time? No. Sir, this error is generated at a runtime. Who is going to generate this error? JVM. Sir, when JVM will generate the error? When you are not following runtime rules. So according to the Java language, runtime errors are treated as exception. Now coming to this program. Sir, is that first.java contains JVM understandable main method is there or not? Yes, we have JVM understandable main method. Now let us see that. Sir, earlier I got an error or not? Sir, it is an exception. I got an error. Now have a look once. Sir, I didn't get any error. I didn't get any output also. Sir, I didn't get any error. I didn't get any output. What the reason? Did you write any printf statement here? Did you write any printf statement? No. You didn't write any printf statement. Sir, can I have any printf statement? Yes. For today's session, only up to today's session, please remember this. Sir, there is one class called system.out.print, sir. Very clearly, I am going to explain, sir, what is meant by system.out.print when time comes. When file programming, sir, whenever file programming or IO programming comes, at that point, I am going to discuss about what is system.out.print, sir. Until that, better to keep it in mind. Don't ask me anything. Sir, system.out.print, whatever you want to print, it must be specified within the double quotes. Welcome to Java programming. Remember, every line must be terminated with a semicolon. In Java, every executable line must be terminated with a semicolon. Sir, after compilation, I made some changes. Sir, so that we have to compile the Java program once again. Sir, Java C first.java. Any compile time errors? No. How to run the program? Java space initial class name. Sir, what is initial class name? The class which contains JVM understandable main method. What is that? Welcome. Sir, welcome. Excellent. Successfully we executed one program and we got output.